Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Infinity Evolved Expert Mode. I am Brink, and we're on the FTOG server doing a little bit of magic today. So, I grabbed a little bit of water, and we're going to make another Kekimurus. That's what we're working on today, so let's drop these in. And I want to explain this pixie dust. I went over to Mistaken. Mistaken helped me out with a little bit of stuff. I don't have my blood altar really prepped up yet. We're only, I believe, on level 2, tier 2. And what I plan to do is actually build the altar underground like this so that the pyramid is below. And then we'll have the witches or whatever mobs underneath here. And that'll produce our blood for us. But I want to have it underneath and away from distracting views so that we can walk straight to the altar and do our work and automate stuff around it. And then I won't have to climb up the pyramid or anything like I've had before in Resident Rise, for example. I think this will work out great if I just hide everything underground. So I don't have a tier 4 altar, and for that, for what I'm doing today, I needed to borrow Mistaken's altar. She was kind enough to let me use it, as well as her Alpine portal, which I converted some pixie dust and got some elementium ingots out of. I needed the demonic slates to build the gluttony shard, and I've already used it. Let's see, what I'm missing now is actually some grass seeds, and it looks like I don't have any. I may have to pick at some more seeds. Here we go. So we'll finish this off, and we have our second Kekimurus. Awesome. So what I want to do is beef up my mana production. It's been working just fine. We have thermal lilies. Let's see, it's 2, 4, 6, 12 total thermal lilies have been producing mana at just the right amount of rate. Just enough for what I've needed without any holdup. But you can see that it's just barely picking up again. And there's going to be a time when I'm going to need a lot of mana production. So I thought I'd beef it up with a flower that I've never used before, a Kekimurus. And these Kekimurus, as the name implies, uses as fuel cake. So I'm going to work with a little bit of cake magic here. Let's get some angel blocks. And what I'd like to do, since I don't have a whole lot of room up here, and if the Kekimurus works out better than the thermal lilies, I may even remove the thermal lilies. But what I'm going to do is actually work from below this way. I don't have to occupy any of the space above, and I do have some space below to work with, so why not use it? So I'll just look for center here. Actually, I don't care about center because I'm going to build a platform. Let me show you. Similar to this platform that I have here, when I want stuff out of the way, I remove the security terminal from above, from the back room, because I just wanted to clear it out for the employees. Just leave some space up there. And so I brought it down here since I don't need to access it that much. I never need to go in here or anything like that. So it's out of the way. It's down below the base, so it keeps the back room real neat and clean, as you can see. Gives me a space to go up and down with my elevator. Whoops. Let's see if I can make it up to my assembly table, down to where I just showed you. Easy access. So we're going to build a little bit of a platform like this down here. Let me do that real quick. All right, just a little bit more. And let's put this stuff away. All right, cool. Now, what we want to do is, I'm going to put the Kekimurus where they need to go, which is right here. Actually, it doesn't need to be right below. I can aim it with the mana spreader, so that's cool. I just put this here and here, grab some dirt, and place them in place. Let's put these away. Yeah, like that. And I'll place the Kekimurus right here. And so the cakes will go between, sort of to conserve a little bit of space. I'll need a placer, and I know I have some spares, if not one. I don't, oh well, here. Yep. Here we go. And we'll aim it here so that the cake pops right here between the two. Then I'll need a mana spreader, and I believe I have that in my magic chest up here. Spreader, yes I do have one. Cool. I could probably use a sparkle. I don't know if it can go through the distributor up there, but I think this will do fine. So the cake will be right here. Let's just place a block as a placeholder here. Didn't mean to put this one. And then we'll put the mana spreader right there. And that'll work out just fine. And then I'll point it up when I get a chance. But let's get rid of this. I see that we're a little bit off. Maybe one block off. It doesn't matter because this can point sideways. So it's okay. Alright, so let's put this away. Alright, so the next thing we want to do. Let's see. We're going to go down to... we need a crafter, a cyclic assembler, or a tier 1, and I think I have a few tier 1s left. I do. This one I'm going to put, let's put it facing this way. It doesn't matter which way it faces. Oh, I didn't know I could face upward, but that's fine. Yeah, facing upwards is okay. Although, I do need to input stuff from top, so maybe it's not going to work if I face it upward. I don't know. But I do know that it does work if you face it like this, any side, because then it'll take the front or the top. Cool. Now, I need some things to import into the tier 1 crafter. And two of those things are, for example, I'll need a space for cows because we're going to need milk. And then I need a space for chickens. Maybe I can go on this corner. Well, we want it as close as possible to the crafter, so let's bring it over here. Okay, that'll work. And I'll need a platform to hold the guys. Let me do the chickens first. We'll do this. Get rid of that. And I'll need some more blocks. Very good. And yeah, one block is good enough, I think. I think that'll work. You know what will definitely work, just to make sure? If I have any strips, I don't. I have a saw. We could do that. Let's use a saw to cut these up into forged micro blocks. First into covers, and I think that was it. And then into strips. We'll take all the strips. And you know what? I'm going to throw these out. A little bit of a better idea. I'm going to use a different color instead. I'm going to use blood red because it goes well with the motif that I'm doing. So we'll do the same, make the covers, and then the strips. All the strips. Cool. Throw these out. And as long as this is at least one block, more than one block, these animals will not be able to jump out. So that's my point. That's the point of this. So we'll need some safari nets. And let's go ahead and grab some of these animals, which I have in a farm over by my farms. Here we go. We'll grab you. Should probably have bred him first, but it doesn't matter. Don't really need him. We'll put him into this one, and he won't be able to jump out, I'm sure. Because this is more than one block. He can jump one block higher, but not 1 point anything higher. So I think that'll work. We also need a chicken. And yes, I have chickens here. Very good. And so he'll stay here. He can't jump out. So I think it's good there. Now, we're going to need a vacuum hopper. Let's see, I'm doing it in the wrong place again. We need to be here. Let's throw these away. And you know, actually no. One thing I should do before I do this, let's grab that safari net. And another, here we go. We'll grab these two animals, because I just remembered there are some things that I need to do. The first is I need a vacuum hopper pointing in this way to the chickens. And let's see if we can get the input to go that way. So it would be here, I think. Yes, perfect. And then the cabling will go over to the tier 1 crafter. And on this side, what I'm going to do is place an autonomous activator. And I do have one. And we'll place it. It's got to be placed sort of at an angle here, like that. Perfect. Okay, so now we can place our animals. I think it'll work. Let's see, where are you? Chicken and cow. And I really don't think that the chicken can squeeze through there. Since there's not a lot of chickens here, there's only one. I don't think they'll push each other out. But I could use, maybe some strips would work. Just to ensure, not that it's needed, but I think to ensure would be okay. I have some blocks in here. It looks like it doesn't take. I may have to do it from inside like that. And, whoops. We can go down like that and here like that. I think that'll work. Oh, can I look from down here? No, I can't. Okay, so that's fine. We'll just close off a little frame like that. And so the vacuum hopper should be able to glitch the eggs through it. That should work. Okay, next thing we need to do. We got to get some conduits going. Oh, there's one more thing we need to do actually before we continue. There's more things that need to be built for inventory for the crafter. The other thing that we need is a little bit of a farm. And so where can I place this farm? You know what I could do? Oh, I have an idea. Yeah, let me do that. This is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do it off camera because it's going to take a little bit of a time. I'm going to move everything that we have here over one block, and that'll satisfy my previous concern about getting it directly under, which will give me a little bit more space over here. Alright guys, I built a farming station. It's a little bit better than the harvester and planter because it's only one block, so it's a little bit tighter in economy of space. So I'll place it right down here and let's pick up some charge from my wireless charger, but we don't need to really remove that block from below, but that's fine. Let's get some dirt and we'll make a little farmland for this. Let's place it underneath. Go ahead and cover it up from below. Okay, so that should work. Now we need some kind of tools, I believe, inside. Let's take a look. Hoe, an axe, and a shears. I think these are only really for, depending on which plants. Oh, it didn't pick up a charge. I thought it would. I think it only needs an axe if it's going to cut down trees, and shears if you're going to cut down the leaves of the trees. But since we're not working on that, we're only working on plants. We're working with wheat particularly. I think we only need the hoe to till the ground. So let's see. I have a hoe that's made of amethyst and has a super high durability, 2013, as compared to a diamond. Well, these are only for crafting in this pack. But you can see that we're way away from any of these others. So I'd like to use the amethyst because it's really high durability. Let's put it in here. Oh, it needs a charge anyway. Alright, so we need seeds to do the planting. And we have some here. 1, 2, 3. Well, let's put a full stack in there. Yeah, and it divides up evenly. We'll lock it so it's only going to allow grass seeds particularly. Alright, so that's all done. And let's see if it works. So we're going to need some conduits. We'll use these high tier energy conduits. And oh, I will need a tesseract as well. And I don't have one. Let's see. I built a number of tesseracts. Here we go. Yeah, let's use one of these. We'll smackety-smack it right here. Actually, we're going to need to input from top. So let's do this instead. We'll smack it back here. And so wheat here, milk, eggs. Another thing that we need is sugar. Okay, so I'm going to need some ender chests. And I have 2 here. Let me just see real quick what the colors are. Oh, they're both white. Okay, so that's cool. We could do that. Let me grab some export. And we don't need an accelerator, that's fine. ME glass cable. And I'm going to connect one of them anywhere up here in my system, my network. I have some spare channels here. Let me just check how many channels I have. I have 8 of 32 channels available here. Some of them are splitting that way, some are this way. I'll put it right here. And let's get some glass cable up in this business. Right there. And we'll get some sugar. And that's what we need for the other ingredient. So smackety-smack a filter of sugar there. And that should start picking up. And there it goes. Okay, cool. Alright, now the other side. Let's put this glass cable away. The other side will go over here. And I'll put it under the tesseract here. The reason why I want to put it on the lower ground and not the tesseract low is because the ender chest I need to have access to. And I have access right there. Let's open all of this up because I need access to all of this. Alright, so item conduit. Do I have any? Yes, I do. And we will connect all the things from below. And then we'll filter where things go little by little. Okay, so this is always going to be extract and always on. So only eggs are coming out of here. This is going to be input or insert. And we're going to need a filter for this. We're going to need a lot of filters, in fact. Let's clear all of these filters. They're not being used for anything. Cool. They're all clean now. And the thing that's going to go in here is a cake. Do I have any cakes? Somebody gifted me a cake once. I wonder what I did with it. I probably ate it already. We're going to have to make a cake then. Yeah, I think we're going to have to make a cake. Alright, let's make a quick cake here. So we need wheat and eggs and milk. I have no milk. Do I have buckets? I do. Let's grab 1 milk. Actually, no, it's 3 milks. 1, 2, 3. And 1 for good luck. Because I may need a filter for milk, so I grab a 4th. Alright, so from what I remember, I think it goes like this. With the egg in the middle. Sugar on the sides. And what goes on the top? The milk. And I mix this a cake. Awesome. The lie. Achievement, the lie. Cool. Okay, so now we have a cake for filtering. And I'm going to put the filter up on the placer. So only cakes will go into the placer, as you can see. Oh, we got some stuff in here. Let's get rid of them. The eggs are already flowing in from the chickens. Okay, so into the tier 1 crafter, we're going to have an input-output. Alright, so the input or the insert for the crafter is going to be eggs, wheat, full buckets of milk, and sugar. We need a sugar. Let's grab a sugar from here. Just for filter purposes. In. And the only thing that comes out of it, extract, is going to be cakes. So I'm locking everything. I'm really doing things a little bit overboard. You don't need this many filters, but I just want to make sure that I'm not doing anything too quick because I'm recording and I may have overlooked something. And it happens when you're recording. When you can think about it by yourself and nobody's pressuring you and you're not pressured for time, you can think things more clearly and you don't need as many filters. But I'm locking a lot of filters this way. There's no chance of an error. Okay, so we have sugar being extracted, and that's fine. And this is going to be extract out. Before I do the extract out for this, though, let's put this back again. Oh, I want to lock this. This is picking up some sugar. Let me lock this for a second. I don't want any more sugar. Yeah, leave it like that. Good. Now, we have this autonomous activator, which we need to power, by the way. It has inputs and outputs, but only one or the other. There is a setting here, this black dot one, but I'm kind of new to it, so I'm going to disregard using that. I'm going to use blue and orange as the standard instead. This is going to be the extract. Alright. Yeah, here. Alright, so orange is here, which is here, and it'll be extract. And a thing will be filtering out from here. Let's get some more filters going. Do I have any filters here? Yes, I do. Okay, the thing we'll be filtering out of here, we want to make sure we're pulling out the buckets of milk. We want no buckets of milk in the autonomous activator. We want them always to be held in the tier 1 crafter, always ready. And then we will put an item conduit down below to here. Oh, why is this not taking? There we go. Okay, so this one's output and this one's insert. And what we're going to be inserting is empty buckets. Like that. So only empty buckets will go in and only full buckets will come out. Okay. And that one's ready. Extract always. Now, let's see, what else do we need? We need power. Okay, so how do we get power? I think I'm going to have to go around the other side. I don't see any other way. Although I could power from right above here. Yeah, let's do that. Let me just check in here first. Energy. These are item conduits. Energy conduits. I don't see any. Got fluid conduits there. Okay, so let's check for energy conduits. Yes, I do have. Okay, we'll use the high tier. I don't need to go low grade. Can't get it there. It won't squeeze through because of that strip there. What we could do is, if I can look in here real quick and see if, yes, I do have. I saved them. What I can do instead is Safari Net. Do I have a spare? Looks like I don't. Did I put them in here maybe? Yes, I did. Let's grab Mr. Cow for a second. I'm going to break him. And I'm going to place him on the inside instead. And that should give me space to connect here. Okay, so that worked. And the cow will glitch through the strip, but it won't kill him or suffocate him. So I think he'll be okay. He's glitching through it right now, even though it may not look like it, but he is. Let's put this away. And now the conduit for energy will come up into the tesseract. It's feeding both here and there. And we need item conduits to come here, into there, and into the tier 1 crafter down below. So let's disable him, because we already have him connected underneath. This way, make things as less complicated as possible. And I notice that only the power is going down. No item conduit. And do we want it? Yes, we don't want item conduit to go down because we already have it connected from below. So that's cool. We're just trying to feed some power into it. And so we're going to have to set this to power receive. There. Ah, I hear power. Awesome. And this is already setting stuff up. Awesome. Okay, so what's left to do? Oh, the recipes. Okay, so let's figure this out. We'll keep one item in every inventory slot that we select. I think this is written wrong. It really should be in the ones that we select. So let's see, all. I think it should be all. And what I want to do is make a recipe of just wheat, like that, because that'll produce this wheat flour. And let's see, we'll keep a memory of this. Oops, let's see. Yeah, let's make one. Well, you know what? It's going to make a few. So let me just do this. Apply. Okay, so it made one. And notice it didn't keep. So let's keep instead. And let's see if it works. Oop, I didn't mean to send so many. Okay, but notice it kept one. So that's perfect. That's exactly what I want. And I want it to remember and apply. And it'll put the rest on the output, which I don't want. I want it on the input, the internal buffer, not the external buffer, this orange one. So we'll change this to internal instead, and we'll give it another try. Let's get rid of this. Oops. All right, forget. Okay, good. Now let's do this. Remember. Perfect. Apply. Good. So it's remembering that these two spots are for this. So if I add some more, I'm going to shift click this in. You'll notice that it keeps one there, a ghost image, and this one there. Okay, so we don't want this external because we want to use this for our next recipe, which will be here. And in this recipe, we're going to have, let me just quickly run over the recipe for a cake. I used one recipe at the ME system, which was this one. This is the standard vanilla. But there is another one with barley and a third one with wheat. So this one's a lot easier, but it does require this crafting. But it costs less because it's, instead of 3 wheat, it's only 1 wheat. But you pay the price by converting it. And I'm willing to do that because I have this crafter with an extra slot for crafting. So for this one, we're going to do 3 buckets of milk, and notice these are ghost images. An egg in the center, some sugar on the sides, and some of this down here. And that makes us a cake. We'll keep one in every inventory slot. No, we want all. External, we'll put it into here, and that's definitely what we want. Remember, we're going to have to memorize 3 spaces. Oh, I need 3 buckets. Let's do that real quick. 2, 3. And server's going to restart any second now, so I got to go quickly. An egg here. That one's already set. Sugar here. And remember, oh boy, got to do it all over again. All right, egg in the center, sugar here and here, and a wheat down here. Remember, oh, almost. All right, I'll bring you back in a second. I set that recipe already, and it's remembered as this. Let's take a quick look. All external. Remember, apply, and let's see. So it made one already because it had enough to do one, and it sent it in here. Awesome. So it's already going. One thing though, I looked at the video and I noticed that I placed this incorrectly. We've already set the connection from here to the tier 1 crafter from below, so we don't need that connection. As you'll notice over here, you'll see that it's connected here. So all of this should be connected. The only thing is I locked the sugar and we have to release it and let it go. I believe I locked something here also. No, this is good. There was something else I locked. I just don't remember exactly where it was. But we can give it a try and test it and see if it works. Let's see, did we lock the eggs? No, that's open also. So everything should be good. These guys can't move from there. I'm always worried about it, but I shouldn't be. I think it's good. Okay, this is energy. It's not receiving any of the wheat coming into here. That's one more thing we forgot to do, or I forgot to do. I'm not going to blame it on you. So we'll put an item conduit there, there, and there. We will remove the connection of the item conduit from the tesseract. This is set to item. This is energy, so we'll set it to item and disable. So only energy is coming out of there. And then on this one, in the tier 1 crafter, is going to be insert. And it's going to send the wheat into there. This one's going to remove the wheat from here and send it into the tier 1 crafter, and it'll fill up this spot. And most of these spots will be filled with sugar. Don't need to memorize it, so it's fine. But it looks like we don't have any wheat coming in yet. Or actually, it may have made... Okay, so it's made one cake. It looks like they stack. So now we need to release the cakes. And the way we'll do that, we're going to do something I haven't done before, called the hourglass. It's just a timer, but it's made by Botania, so let's keep to the same mod. It's 2 mana glass, 1 mana steel. If we can shift click it in, and we have that. Now there's something else that this requires. The way this works, the more salt, what am I talking about? The more sand you put in here, the longer it'll take. And you can use sand, heat sand, or what's the other one? Soul sand. Each sand will take 1 tick. Each heat sand will take 1 second. And each soul sand will take 1 minute. So the maximum you can put into this hourglass is 64 at a time because it takes it from your inventory. So I'm just going to make an even round number of 30. That should be okay. And it's got to be anywhere within the block, touching the block. So I'll put it right on top. And this is not redstone sensitive, so I'm not worried about it. And let's disable this so it doesn't touch. And so now we'll set the timer to 30 by right-clicking them in there. And every 30 ticks, it'll flip around. Because these are sand, so it's per tick. So that should be... No, actually it turns out to be seconds. Because that's how long it's taking. It would have turned already. So after the 30th tick, it should spit out the first cake. Oh, I forgot one thing though. You know what? Let's remove it. I take the sand back because I'd like to have this running. Let's grab that wand. I don't see the wand here. Let's see if I have my wand in here. I do. I want to turn the mana spreader to face up to the mana distributor. So let's bind it up to here. These are connected to the mana spreader. Oh, this one isn't. Very good. Now they're both connected. And now we'll place the hourglass, or the sand in the hourglass. Let's make an even 30. Right there. And so at the 30th second, this should put out a cake. Let's see. Oh, there it goes. Oh. So it takes a second after the hourglass gets pushed out. Alright, so this is putting out already. The Kekimuruses are working. And you can see that they're filling up. And dispatching out. Excellent. Emptying it out. And the cake is already gone. And as fast as I can put out cake, the Kekimuruses will work. I can probably cut down the time on the sand and make it maybe 15 instead. Let's do that. 16 is fine. Alright, so excellent. Alright, this is a working system. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you found it useful at any point, give it a thumbs up, and thank you for watching. I'll catch you all next time.